You ever read something and you're just like, is this even real?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's how I felt about this piece from transam.org.
Huh. Okay.
This post, The Things We Do for Love.
Right.
It's about this super intense relationship. Ends up being really destructive.
Yeah, I can see how you'd get that feeling.
Yeah, like Liza Starenko,
Mm-hmm.
the artist. She's like a Burning Man person, daughter of a Russian emigre,
Oh, wow.
and like way into the occult.
That's a lot. She's got a whole lot going on.
Yeah, and her motto was, Babylon will fall,
Oh, really? Babylon will fall.
which is kind of crazy given how things play out.
You think that's like foreshadowing? Like
You
a
know.
self-fulfilling prophecy type thing?
Totally. Like she starts out all mystical and artistic, but
Right.
then it gets really unstable, violent even.
There were red flags, though, right? From the
Yeah.
beginning.
Tons, lying about her age, drinking when she said she couldn't.
Right?
That whole thing with her father. Yikes.
You'd think someone would notice. Like, there's something not right here.
I know, right? And then you've got the narrator. He's wrapped up in it all.
Oh, yeah, he's part of that whole scene, isn't he?
Totally. NYC party scene, psychedelics.
Right.
Even had some legal trouble himself.
So he's drawn to her intensity, but, like, also uneasy?
Exactly.
He's almost enabling it all, you know?
Yeah, he's like the classic enabler.
Overlooking her issues, giving her drugs.
Yeah, and even a platform for all the craziness with those parties.
Oh, right, those parties, they were wild.
And then he has that thing with the Japanese girl.
What?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, right.
Like, doesn't that tell you something?
Yeah, like maybe he's looking for something else. Some stability, a break from the chaos.
For sure.
It's like he's acknowledging there's something missing,
Yeah, totally.
even though they have that crazy connection.
That ayahuasca ceremony in the Pine Barrens, though,
Oh, yeah.
that was intense. All that fear. The cartoon wolf vision,
Whoa.
it really messed with her.
That vision, though, the wolf, it's got to be symbolic, right? Like her internal struggle or something.
And then the Limelight incident. Throwing paint,
Bruh.
yelling, Babylon will fall,
Please!
getting kicked out. It just keeps escalating.
And it all ties back to that motto, doesn't it?
Totally. Like she's literally attacking these cultural symbols.
It's almost like performance art, but destructive.
Yeah, for sure. And it just gets worse.
What else happens?
The Goa trash party, the attack on the DARPA scientist.
Wait, the DARPA scientist?
Yeah, and she was a woman researching psychedelics.
Oh, wow. So there's that whole layer, too, science versus spirituality.
I said
Like,
okay.
psychedelics can heal, but also cause so much harm.
Right. And then the Opium Den riot, gunshots and everything.
No way.
Yeah, and Liza's dad dying, that whole thing with Yakik.
It's like a train wreck. Love, art, drugs, violence.
You know, it just all mixed together.
It makes you wonder, how far would someone go for love?
And when does it become destructive?
Exactly.
It's like the narrator calls her poetry
Yeah.
impenetrable,
Yeah.
obscure, superstitious rubbish.
Whoa.
Kind of harsh, right?
It is pretty harsh, especially since he's saying he loves her.
Right.
Like, are they even on the same page?
It's like they're from different worlds.
Yeah, total.
He's all about logic, and she's all intuition and feeling.
But isn't that what attracted them in the first place? Their differences.
I guess, but then those same differences tear them apart.
They can't handle the heat.
He gets toxic fast, jealousy, manipulation, even violence.
Like that thing with the DARPA scientist?
I know, what was she even thinking?
It's hard to say. Maybe jealousy or like twisted loyalty.
I don't know, she's a mystery.
She really is. You can't put her in a box.
So where's the line between responsibility and manipulation?
With the narrator.
Yeah, he enabled her, but he was also a victim, right?
That's the tough question, isn't it?
Like he makes choices that make things worse, giving her drugs, ignoring all the signs.
And those parties, he gave her a stage for all that chaos.
But he does seem to care about her. Takes her to the Pine Barrens, encourages her art.
Yeah, he's trying, but in all the wrong ways.
And he never deals with the drinking. Like,
Yep.
that's the root of it.
And he's got his own issues, the ketamine, the affairs.
Always running from something.
It makes you wonder, is he projecting his own chaos onto her?
Maybe they were both messed up, just in different ways.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. Searching for something, running from something, self-destructing.
This story, it doesn't give you easy answers.
It's messy.
Real messy, but that's what makes it feel so real, so human.
The ending is so abrupt.
No.
Her dad dies, she disappears.
And he's left with all the guilt and regret.
Is there any redemption in that?
Maybe he seems to finally get it, you know?
Like he realizes his part in it all?
It's a start, right? He can't change the past, but he can learn from it.
And hopefully make better choices.
That's gotta count for something.
So it's a reminder, Even intense relationships can end just like that.
Gone. Just questions and feelings left behind.
It makes you think about your own life, your own choices.
What would you do for love?
Where do you draw the line?
It's a lot to think about. This one really sticks with you.
It's raw, no holding back.
Yeah, and kind of messy.
But that's what makes it feel real.
Totally human, you know?
It's almost hard to believe some of it happened, but it feels so authentic.
Right.
I think it's very much a product of its time.
Oh, for sure.
Like the late 90s, early 2000s.
The internet, the rave scene.
Yeah, that whole psychedelic thing.
Everyone was exploring, but also kind of disillusioned.
Yeah, with mainstream culture, like that whole Babylon Will Fall
You
thing.
get rejection of all the norms.
And the narrator, he's right in the thick of it.
Parties, drugs, legal troubles.
Like he wants something more,
Something different.
outside the usual,
They're both searching for that other reality.
but it takes them down a dark path.
Pleasure and transcendence come with a price.
And the ending's rough. She's gone. Her dad's dead.
He's left with so much guilt.
Can he come back from that?
I think so. There's that glimmer of self-awareness.
Like he finally sees his part in it?
That's got to be painful, but it's also a beginning.
He can't change what happened, but he can learn.
And do better next time.
That's something, at least.
It's a reminder that even the most intense love can end,
Just like that.
leaving you with questions and all those feelings.
It makes you think, what would I do for love?
Where would I draw the line?
Tough questions.
This story isn't about blaming anyone, you know?
It's more about understanding how people act, how addiction works.
The choices we make, how they ripple out.
Even with good intentions, things can go so wrong.
Love can have consequences, unintended ones.
What strikes me is, even with all the darkness, there's hope.
Hope for change.
The narrator, he admits his fault. He wants to make things right.
That's powerful, that desire to heal, to make amends.
Hey, maybe Liza, wherever she is, found some peace too.
We don't know her ending, but the story doesn't rule it out.
That possibility of a brighter future for those who learn and grow.
This is a story that makes you look at your own life.
Your own relationships,
What would you sacrifice for love?
When do you stop supporting and start enabling?
Those are the questions we're left with.
It's a glimpse into a world most of us don't know.
But the feelings, the struggles, the choices...
They're universal. We've all felt them. That need for connection, for meaning.
The desire for love in all its forms.
Well, I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
This has been a lot,
Intense, for sure.
but I think it'll stick with us for a while.
It makes you think.
About our own journeys, facing the tough stuff,
Having compassion for ourselves and others.
and being open to learning. Always.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.